Hey, what's up, everybody? Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of creditrepairshop.com. I want to make this quick video. I was doing some studying up on this one book that I got years ago. I always refer back to it. It's called Surviving Debt. It was from the National Consumer Law, uh, uh, I guess, an organization, and something that had caught my attention that I want to make you aware of is protecting your assets when you're being sued if you've lost a lawsuit. Now, everyone's heard of all of these things where you try to get a trust and LLCs and the umbrella policies and all of that stuff. But I want to make you aware of something that I think would be able to help you right now. This is what this is all about, is helping you right now. And let me uh, see what we can do here is when a debt collector uh, is trying to garnish your wages. I've always told people you got to look at the different exemptions that you have in your state. Uh, let's talk about some of the exemptions. That we got the regular exemptions that well, this is saying for state, but let's just go for Wisconsin. Let's go for my state here. Um, for my state here in Wisconsin, you got here where we got garnishment. Ain't even got it. Here we go. Here we go, right here. This is one of the biggest way. Well, this ain't even it here. Let me get to this. Here we go. So for Wisconsin, we have this poverty guideline sheet. This isn't even it here. We got the. Here we go. We got this guideline sheet, and it has this exemption. Now, you should look for something like this in your state. Some states don't allow garnishments, but they do allow people to go into their bank accounts. And what you have to be careful of is, them being able to gobble up your money to where you're not able to pay your bills. And one of the strategies that this book had inside of it that I think is very good is if you own your own home, if you own your own home, something that you can do in most states is that you can prepay your mortgage, and it's considered a homestead exemption. So they're not able to take your house from you, they're not able to take your home's equity. And again, you need to check with your local and state laws. But most states have a homestead exemption to where they can't really do anything. They can maybe put a lien on your home, but they can't take the home and they can't make you sell out your home. Uh, and one strategy that this book talked about is that you can actually prepay your mortgage, and that money, those funds would not violate the rules on paying a judgment. Because one thing that a lot of people try to do is they try to transfer assets from one place to another, and they put in a family member's name or something like that, or do something with the money. And most states they'll claw back that money. They'll say you can't do that. They'll actually ask you in court, have you transferred any property 6 months prior to them even getting the judgment? So they can actually go 6 months. Some states may even let them go 1 year back. And so that means that if you transferred it or you gave your kids some money, out of your account that can be traceable, they can say you got to go get that money back and pay us with that money. So one of the strategies that I saw in the book is said that what you could do is if you own a home, you can utilize what they call a homestead strategy. Now, I mean, if you're talking about trying to prepay $50,000 of your mortgage, that ain't going to work. They'll be able to make a claim on some of that money in the state that they were giving the example of. And I wonder what the homestead for Wisconsin is. They were saying that it was a $20,000 homestead exemption. So you got in Wisconsin, you let's see, homestead person who owns 250,000. A debtor, oh, here we go. Here, debtor allows a debtor to exempt up to 75,000 in equity. So what you could do is you can, so say for instance, your property, you had, your home, you had, you know, 25,000 in equity. You can actually put another $50,000. You can just prepay your mortgage, $50,000 rather than losing the money to the debt collector. You can prepay $50,000 to your mortgage and be exempt for that. And there's nothing that they can do about it. Now, you need to speak. This is in Wisconsin, but even here in Wisconsin, I advise you to speak to an attorney before doing something like that. Now, it doesn't exempt other property that you might have. It does exempt cars, you know, they're not going to be able to take personal property, stuff like that. But maybe you have another piece of real estate or something like that. They might be able to try to attach that stuff there. So, this is a good strategy. Also, in this book, which is something that I've always talked about, is they talked about the strategy of always contesting a lawsuit that is being brought by a debt collector. And the reasons why is because some debt collectors may make a decision that when they're basing it on the amount of money that it's going to cost them to continue fighting against you and the amount of money that they could possibly win, they might just say, hey, forget about it. Let's just dismiss this case. And it gave a lot of uh, examples of that happening because debt collectors are in the business of making money, not losing money, and they want to go after the easy stuff, not the hard stuff. So, and it also stated that you should always fight the case that is in front of you because if you try to have it reopened, that you could lose your ability to have the case reopened simply because the court does not want to go through a duplicate case. That's the thing. They don't want to, if there's nothing new to your case, they're not going to allow you to reopen it. And even if there is something new, it has to be something that is not going to make it like it's going to have the same outcome. So you have to be very careful about that. All right, I'm gonna upload this video. I'm gonna stop the video here. This is some good information. If you've been uh, uh, in court, you lost the case. This is an option that you can use if you own a home to protect your assets and at least put that cash that you had aside towards something that will benefit you rather than going to the debt collector. All right, if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch video, what makes it different. So you can see my 8-point validation process, my two-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com. And you can also get your FICO scores too. We had a link for that. If you have debt collectors coming after you, grab my 3-pack of letters. Please make a donation on those. Even if you don't, you can get the letters. But it really helps out the channel by time if you make a donation. Any amount is okay with me. If you have debt collectors coming after you and they're taking you to court, you can learn how to respond to them so you can have a fighting chance, or you can have us respond to them. These are for third-party debt collectors. If you have an original creditor coming after you, we have a service where we can contact them and start negotiating on your behalf to try to settle that original creditor debt at a discount. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel. Please post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.